explosive teams regionally.
Absolutely.
I mean, Heretics coming out looking absolutely formidable on these, and starting here on Lotus
Listen to
as
that.
well.
You can't help but love it. I hope you guys at home can hear how riled up this audience is. Getting Heretics at home, the sixth man, all of that. I mean, Sentinels are your fan favorites every day of the week until today. This is going to be spectacular, and it will be Heretics to kick off on that attacking side. Sentinels will have to deal with what's brought to them on the defensive side.
We know as well, Heretics have had very good success rate here on the attack, 76% on their attacking side for Lotus. A slow start here, retrieve the orb. Drifting back towards the Tens and Zekken, who are set up for it. Smoke's going to go up. Paranoia's going to go through as well. This could be a clash here.
Let's see who gets the drop on him, and actually, it's going to be Heretics to draw first blood, but Tens answers back, and perfectly so! Welcome back to the international stage, Tens. We bloody missed you. But
No
still,
way!
Oh, he's still going!
What?
This man is out of this world! That's what people were waiting for. That's what they wanted, and he delivered it.
Time and time again regionally, Tens and Zekken locking down this position. And it kicks off with an ace here. So well done. Swings onto Benji, just catches him sleeping. What a way to kick things off. What a return to the international stage, Lauren.
Can't help but love it. The chosen one of Valorant back in action right off the rip. And that's a confidence builder. And for Heretics, that's going to be rough for them. That is going to take the wind out of your sails. They've got to pick themselves back up. Now this round, we've got a Ghost. We've got a Sheriff on Benji Fishy. That's about it. Beyond it, decent enough purchase here for Sen to hopefully keep him at arm's length. Now where the Heretics decide to explore next, maybe to test out that B site, good for fact-finding this round. Try and get a little bit of a read on what you're up against.
Stek looking to maybe toy with the idea. Tens, a Guardian in hand this time around. Similar hold once again, though. Heretics only having a Sheriff and a Ghost to work with. It'll be difficult for them to really pin down anybody, but able to create enough pressure and soften this hold, but he comes back through, still finds two. Miniboo luckily gets the trade.
But the plan's foiled, isn't it, right? That little push and pull, trying to get that attention towards B, which it mostly did, barring Tens, who seemed to know a little better and had that glance back towards A. Caught them on the way through. Weapon is recovered, and that's in the hands of Miniboo. The plant should be in here. I don't think that's going to be denied, no. So a 3v3. Again, weaponry, armor, still favorable towards Sen here. Benji Fishy sitting a little further back, dependent on the turret a touch, trying to play in Rien's here. This is the timing that he was waiting on. Perfect play to punish. Next in line, they're coming in one by one, and Miniboo's got Celsius! This could be the turn they were waiting for. Sassy in a 1v3, brutal positions, none easy to pry out. He's just got no time. He's got to get in there. Heretics right back in their faces.
And exactly how you want to see this map kick off. A trade back and forth, a 1-1 scoreline. And the crowd get behind them after that.
They're up on the feet, I can see them there. And look at this. And I've got to say, credit where it's due after being, as said, pushed, bullied, broken almost by Tens. First round, second round.
Two openers
insane
for
damage.
Tens.
Insane damage. But that small window of opportunity, there they are. They're the ones we're talking about. And MasterCard Thrifty is going to be bringing a smile to their faces. But now they've got to keep going on this pathing. Can they keep it clean this time? No real investments here coming out from Sen. So any damage like that is pretty decent. Boo, though, large and in charge. Keeping control here. It's down to one.
Just a classic in hand for John QT. Rifles on the other side of things. John QT actually slipping onto site here. Able to catch one off, but with Heretics grouped together, going to be very difficult with a classic to get much done in this situation, Lauren.
Very hard to isolate, isn't it? I don't think they're going to give you much. Maybe the first, but beyond that, it's hard to imagine it, but especially with just a classic. And Heretics aren't slouches when it comes to this. Yeah, they're not. Absolutely keeping it in mind. Boo with a belter. Big round here to keep it calm, keep it controlled. 3 remain. They lose out on a few, but that's fine. They'll take that.
And already showing intention here to try and take control of this rubble area. Try and remove that from Sentinel's arsenal in the early round. See what the response is with weapons back on the board here for Sentinels. Zekken already one away from the showstopper. Do have the TP for 10s after this 7-2 start. Wow. And Odin in the hands of Zelsis as well. Over towards C currently.
Opening gambit. Is the TP taken? So they'll look towards CT. Notes John QT there, but that's about it. So again,
You may be looking for an indicator there of what the setup is exactly. John QT and Zelsis will hold on to their position for the time being. Zelsis, I was going to say, got to be careful there if he does remain out in the open.
very precarious. They kind of cut noise for a second or two. Now here comes the burst. Testing the pacing. Forced away. And actually punished. Zelsis goes down. Now they've got to know there's an additional player. They should have noted John QT early, and I think you can see with Paddy Tech's utility, they're very aware. Securing the site, getting the plant, but now can SEN try and pressure back. Second, leading the way, looking for the damage, he gets it. Thrash is dealt with. Benchy Fishy on the follow-up though. And now down to just 3. Sassy, John QT and Tens trying to disrupt this post plant, but that angle too good with Boo. Just gonna hold it out, and I think they're running out of time and options here. Sassy gives them a moment of respite to work forward, but they're still too tucked by that pillar. Difficult, but not impossible, but John QT finds that. There's still a chance here. Boo buying time, but it's not enough. Now, Benchy Fishy is sweating bullets. He's trying, he's got one, he needs another, he's got to run. Benchy Fishy can't get there in time. Sentinels steal it from under their nose.
The blink of an eye. It looked like Sentinels were locked out of that retake, Lauren. Heretics blindsided by 2 quick kills here, and unfortunately, Benchy Fishy locked out of the site. Takes a gamble, but John QT sticking at the defuse all the way through. What a crazy start to this map already.
They're standing.
The poison orb just splitting up the teammates here. I mean, I don't even think even there if he's full sprinter back. Right back to this on bubble.
Yeah, Zekken straight away going to deny Boo that early presence towards rubble that you noted was a high priority. And again, it's just a brawl. They're willing to fight this out. And Paddy Tech somewhat
Mini Boo is
the scales. And as right, look at Mini Boo. But there's still players in between. It's not a safe cross. Spamming the utility and spamming the weaponry. Benchy Fishy going to catch one. And this is just mayhem in Madrid. What is going on in this matchup? Mini Boo is secured enough. They should be able to get that plant in. Zelsis, quite far away, has been that C player. Walking into the unknown here, and 3 players to disrupt.
Bulldog in hand. Heretics going to tuck themselves in here. You see on the X-ray what Zelsis has to stare down. Yet to get on the board either. Will require a 1v3. Taking his time with this. Might even just look for the exits, I believe, on the back side of the door.
Yep. Could try and make it costly. A couple players are starting to build up quite a bit of bank, though. You're looking at Boo, Benchy Fishy. And here comes the exit. How much value does Zelsis get? Oh, that's a mouse problem right there.
Yeah, that looked like a mouse disconnect.
Yeah, or something. We're going to have to see if there's a timeout after that one, because he was not happy with that in the cam either.
I do smell a tech.
It's either that or he needs to move that mouse pad a little further over. It literally just like stopped.
This opening is just, I mean, talk about explosive.
Yeah.
It's Zekken to find the opening here, by the way. Finds the first blood. Already, Mini Boo's all the way wrapping back from A site to backstab this setup.
And I think you highlighted it right. These 2 teams will brawl. They are willing to be explosive, risky plays. I mean, they've got the mechanics to back it up. I think we've seen that. And the other thing you're right about is Pausa Technica.
Okay.
Can you imagine what this pause would be for?
No.
No. Mystery.
Well, if we can just get a replay of Zelsis' reaction on the webcam,
it was
might
good.
give us some clues.
Well, see if producer Kevin is on our side or not. You know,
It's unfortunate. I mean, if it did fully disconnect, obviously you need to get that sorted before the next, but not in a situation that, I guess, altered the outcome of that round regardless.
And I still feel like this game hasn't settled into a flow yet, or a rhythm, you know what I mean? It's still in that very much just kind of high-octane, very pressure point plays. See the...
But a few rounds to get the crowd on their feet already.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, no surprise to see Miniboo leading in terms of numbers here.
Oh, producer Kevin's on it. Don't think the mouse was doing too well after that one. All good though, the pause has come to conclusion, so hopefully no harm, no foul, but the only thing that is really rather harmed here is the economy. Sentinels.
Yeah, suffering now.
Yeah, not going to get much for that, and this could be the knock-on effect of a string of rounds here, but I mean, hey, they've turned stranger things, you know, other rounds have gone the way it shouldn't, so, and there's always threat. I don't think anyone's ever going to say that Sentinels isn't a dangerous team no matter what, so let's just kind of keep in mind that there could be problems, but beyond that, Heretic's just going to be getting the lay of the land more than anything, settle into this matchup. Some very young, inexperienced players to this level of stage, going to start feeling out the game here.
Sure, and you could almost call it a 50-50 with how the sixth man plays into that, but
yeah, true.
Especially if there are any nerves, if you have the crowd behind you making plays the way Miniboo's certainly kicked this off.
Yeah.
Definitely a positive. The ability to ride that wave. Well, Sentinel's got a bit of a stack set up here. The back of the paranoia potentially. Sassy jump spotting here. Bait the binner might even be the green light to make something happen, but paranoia thrown out.
No one could quite close the gap to that paranoia. A bit of a shame almost. That caught 3. That could have been lovely, but able to make as much as they'd want of it. But I like the attempt there, though.
I think they've noted here just how many bodies on the back of that exchange are positioned towards A site. We're going to try and find some space, and he has done that with the pass lane.
Yeah, maybe going for that plant, gets denied, and now it gets a little bit scary, right? They're flying in, but the rifle's going to do what they need to. Zelsis still keeping it close enough.
He's got another one, he's got 3!
How the hell is Zelsis still finding this? Investing the ult now, they're actually giving this one. 13 seconds, they need a plant, and look at this positioning off the back of the ult. They don't hear it, but boo! Turns in time, and now it's down to 1. I told you they could get scary no matter the buy, but bloody hell. Zelsis made a damn good go of that one.
Obviously fixed that mouse problem.
Oh, yeah.
Straight into the thick of things here on this B site execute. The Heretics able to stabilize. And got to feel the pinch too much in terms of the funds on the back of that. Oh, I mean, that was the one. Yeah, Patatech just gets absolutely deleted. That's Heretics now a 2-round lead. Sentinels backing with a purchase. Delta's once again on the Odin. I haven't seen any intent from Sentinels to try and contest this area towards Mound. Patatech will get the pit online here.
You should run.
So with the lockdown heroes, well, they might even just force their way onto C site.
I'm looking to see if there was a lurk or something on top of this. I would have quite liked to see maybe some presence through B, but I mean, why not focus on the task at hand? They've got to make a quick escape here because look at Miniboo, he's on the way. 2 players are detained and Miniboo is hot on the heels.
That
he wants
perfect.
to pressure this.
The stun is beautiful.
Outstanding, and so is Miniboo, and he ain't alone anymore. He's got Boo by his side. The brothers in arms, ripping apart Sen. Tense answers back, but by now the plant is in. It's 3 of them to take this back, and the pit's in place.
So much damage done here. Sentinels as 3 have to fight their way back through this pit now. Plenty of utility still at disposal of Heretics as well. Considering it, I'm not even sure actually if Sassy was looking like he was backing away. Certainly now with 10s falling, you have to consider the possibility, and looks like that's going to be the decision for Sentinels.
Yep, creeping away.
Poor timing there, Zek, and missed that, yeah? I thought he was turning back for a second.
Same. And I wonder if they noted it, because they're committing. They absolutely saw a pixel, or at least predicted that play kind of falling back through CT. Not a surprise, but Sassy's in danger, because that economy hasn't fully recovered. Miniboo's barely breathing, but willing to try and opt himself up for the trade, which they get. Clean sweeping Sentinels there. No weapons taken over. And they might start getting a little bit worried now, because their economy is not fully recovering here. They have a couple of ults nearby. That could help them out, but it's 3 on the trot here. Heretics going to be happy with this one.
I mean, this is just so beautiful for Miniboo and Boo. Said throwing everything into the back lines on the back of the lockdown and rewarded for that aggression as well. I think Sentinel's completely caught off guard by the stuns coming through from Miniboo.
Oh, the spam. That could be Look at damage. Yeah, it is. Mini Boo's still on it as well. The guy's got moves, looking like Foon out here, but he's still breathing and still fine. Settles into it.
And this was the first time we've seen Tens over towards Mound. So some intention of Sentinels addressing elsewhere, the other extremity, but Heretics, I'll be honest, winning out on both sides. The stars aligning for them this time around. And enough damage done on the way in that Zekken falls. John QT down to 15 HP. I mean, even Sassy tagged up as well.
Yeah, that spam is just so brutal to try and play against. And they got this done early. That's the scary part as well. Looking like they're trying to feign this B pressure, which is actually causing a great deal of reaction. 4 players in response to this.
I mean, that should be an open A site now.
Absolutely.
With all of this dumped into B. Sassy's not going to be able to get ahead of this either.
And they have no idea how far they've gotten. You can see the TP taken to check back site. They got what they wanted. Perfect fake play towards B. Not able to use the ult as wanted yet for Mini Boo. But the plant's in. They've really got that good. Now, ult-wise, Zellsis does have the lockdown. Sassy with a touch of kit left, Tens as well, because he was adjusted over towards that C site on Mound. But if they want this retake, they've got to get it started soon. Ten's going to post the Paranoia, TP taken back towards Tree, and Patatek waiting. Miniboo turns for a second, but it's Rien's there. There's no threat to this. Sentinels are hitting a brick wall, and it's Heretics putting it there. Sassy again just wants to be able to get out with a gun, and once again denied. Miniboo is hunting them down. This is a whole new world for Sen to try and deal with. Heretics are the real deal here. John QT, Benji Fishy, he's right there as well. No guns taken over again. Flawless from Heretics.
They're feeling themselves. You can see as well the confidence is brimming. Nobody giving up any space on site. 2 members of Heretics tucked under rope. All the way down towards drop as well. Sentinels, unfortunately, need to try and take control of this early, the early round. Take some of this control away from Heretics, because like I said, they have control of both extremities now. They have the run of the map.
I'm surprised I didn't see a timeout, if I'm honest here, because getting a bit worried when it was kind of like 2-3 rounds on the trot with the money where it was.
But now we're seeing it, look. Yeah.
Trying to really commit towards this, but they don't have a great deal to work with. This is with Sheriffs, this is with Buckies, this is with the Spike left in their hands. So, have you ever seen a fight here with this many players?
Nope.
Right, well.
And all I'm saying is Zekken has a Bucky and he's 1 away from Showstopper. If he gets a kill down and dirty in this smoke.
Oh.
Riens finds 1. Gonna clear it out with his ult as well, potentially here as well.
They've made a mountain out of a molehill, haven't they? They've really made them work for this one. Now the smoke drops and the problems begin. Paranoia's gonna go. That Bucky doesn't get played in. Mini Boo gonna feel the pressure. It's online. Here it is. The rocket comes out, does not get what they want, but they've been doing damage. Great shot from Boo. Second on his knees. A follow-up not found. Sentinel's getting down and dirty here. They want to make this brutal, but they nabbed the spike. Patatek needs to hold the back line. He's got to be careful. They are so close by, but they backed away. Plant will be coming in now. They've got rifles, they've got all sorts now, Sentinels. What a play from them.
I mean, look at the utility though. Patatek and Benji have everything at their disposal to try and hold this down, but the lockdown's coming through from Zellsis.
Massive timing on these ults coming in. Zekkens, sure, but Bucky was the key part of that, but Zellsis now is gonna force the hand of Heretics. Oh, but they're going early. Benji Fishy will get caught, so it plays in Patatek. He has to be the one. Plant not to be touched just yet. They're gonna hear this, and that was a bit too far forward from Sassy. Thought they could have worked together, but Zellsis is still alive. Maybe he's the one, but time is not on his side here. A tap on the spike. Vulnerable, yes. He's gonna deal with the utility, but he's got to deal with the spike. He's gonna be taken down here. Benji Fishy playing forward. He's got it away. The timing. It's too late, and Sentinels fall.
And a beautiful bait and switch between Benji and Patatek as well. Patatek wraps all the way through spawn. Knows that somebody's going to try and charge down. As Benji dips his toes, finds a kill ahead of that lockdown. What a recovery. What an insane round.
Hey, look, I said it was mayhem in Madrid. This is just madness in Madrid now. It's all out the window. This is something different. What a wild matchup we're getting here. Heretics bringing out all the stops. We're seeing crazy plays from Sentinels, some very creative ideas, and it was close. That round was goddamn close, and they had a Bucky and a couple of Sheriffs. Now they go back in with rifles. Still putting a lot of attention on towards this mound control.
A string of rounds unanswered. Heretics now looking to slow things down, reading that maybe on the previous, Sentinels feel as if they need to take some of the map. Zelsis now positioned over here towards A site with his utility. 4 members of Heretics with Benji, last straggler. Walking into the blender here.
Who's he dealt with? Gonna have John QT close by. Oh, he does catch a little bit of that spam, but so does Boo on the other side. But he's got to be careful here. He does need to be holding this down as long as possible. Again, still being forced further away. Backside now, it's methodical.
He's got to get out now. With the thrash coming through. It's going to clear a ton of space for Heretics. Be able to retrieve that as well. Be a comfortable plant coming through, but a full 5v5.
Oh, that positioning!
Hang on.
Great work from Zelsis. Stuck around long enough, he might be just walking into his death now, but the value is huge. Now they're going to get in their faces, surely. Maybe not. Oh, Second's nade's going to do it. And now it's just getting ridiculous. Still no plant, but SEN apply the pressure, pouring back towards the site. And that time becomes a problem for Heretics. They can't find stability here. Sentinels turning the round on its head.
Zelsis is repositioned out to drop here as well. Like I said, it should have been a safe plant. I mean, Heretics try and, I guess, capitalize on that much control and that much pressure by planting a little more open, maybe creating some more opportunities. Unfortunately, Miniboo just, it's a little lost in the sauce here with all this utility exchanging.
Nice, boys.
Catches the back end of the paint shell. Sentinels a third on the board here.
Can they string it together though, Mike? I'm still waiting with bated breath on that one. Early contact towards B. Pressure towards Mound could mean a quick crunch. And John QT just want to buy time. You can see Miniboo's ahead of it, and look at that pace. The man is absolutely wild, but TenZ has answered back, and in kind, 3 for him. Leaving Heretics in ruins. Miniboo barely alive on 16. Boo standing tall, but a tough position to be in with the spike so deep in enemy territory. And SEN shouldn't give up an inch here. Don't think there's much Boo can do about this, really quite pinned in.
Zekken will be the first. Looking for this flank here, Boo's ready for it. Just can't pin him down. 16 HP now for Miniboo. And Sentinels identifying here as an opportunity to take some control back. And with Zekken and TenZ positioned on Mound here, the backstab through the door, perfectly timed ahead of this B-side execute.
They're recovering. This is what they needed. A very, very important couple of rounds there, too, for them to leverage just a little. And there it is, yeah.
I didn't know. I came through with 2 wall bangs through the box.
Take them when you get them, don't you?
Yeah.
This was the final. Yeah, lovely. And no matter how you get them, SEN needed a couple of rounds here. Money's still okay, at least for this round for Heretics, so not much of a problem. Ult-wise, not a great deal online. Patitex, yes, the rest, no. Are they willing to fight this out? Paranoia goes in. It doesn't affect Zekken, so he does get to strike. That's Benji Fishy gone. That post plant could get a little trickier if they make it through. And Heretics fighting for mound control themselves here.
1 for 1. I think if Heretics a chance to recoup here, Zekken actually has himself an operator to play with now as well. Swing onto this, but almost a setup there for a high-low swing. Miniboo the one to find the headshot. Now man advantage here for Heretics. Sassy ult in hand. Patitech does have a Viper's Pit, so opportunities to really secure a post plant here. Heretics decide to continue. It looks as if, yeah, John QT's giving this all the way up.
Having to sit deep on this though, hasn't he? He can't take a challenge, maybe just trying to keep control of CT for the play back in.
Careful here.
The rotates are far away. You can see how hyper-aware each team is of each other. Smoke goes up deep. Pit's already there. That's 4 players to find. Sassy does have his ult. He's got a lot of util left to invest.
Everyone but Rians, actually.
This is big. Can they make the most of it? Yes, Sassy does very well to find Miniboo. That's the first step. Patitech is still in this ult, though, and he's in a lot of danger, actually. You can see this.
You can slow this down still.
There it is. Buy some time, and Boo just waiting. Anything that appears on the screen, he wants to remove it. Always getting tagged up here. This is so precarious, so dangerous. And Zelsis takes him down. Panitek! That's what they needed. And that's what they get. They finish with a flourish here in the first half. Heretics making a statement here, Mike. 8-4 in the lead.
Yeah, they come out swinging. So any questions about the confidence definitely squashed here in this first half. Sentinels able to make it at least an honest go with things here, but a string of rounds unanswered. Be loving that if you're a Heretics fan.
And at this point, I think if you're a Valorant fan, you're probably pretty happy too.
Definitely,
this
yeah.
is an explosive game. We all wanted this caliber, this quality is what we've been looking for. The resurgence from Sentinels means they're still in this half. There is still a solid chance for them here, but they have to get off to a banging beginning in the second.
What a terrific start it is for Team Heretics here. And I managed to sneak myself into the streaming booth to join Mixwell. How exciting is it to see your team compete on this stage in Spain, of all places?
I mean, so far we're playing really well and the crowd is insane. Hola a todos! Hey! I love it here, I love it. It's a dream come true. There was talks that maybe VCT was gonna come to Spain, and in the end it was in Berlin, so I'm super happy that finally we have an international event here.
Yeah, it's very special to have a Spanish team make it as well.
I was not expecting it to qualify, but we beat everybody. We played so well during kickoff, and now we're also playing super good. And thank God Rians came yesterday.
Yeah, it's really nice to see him on stage. Now, I want to roll the years back real quick, because you've played against Tens before. You faced Sentinels. How do you stop a player like him?
I think you need to not let him have the space that he needs. He's a super skilled player, and you always have to be aware of what he could do, really aggressive. So as long as we keep him, as long as we trade him, we're good. Because when players are so good as him, you can always die first, but you need to trade him always.
Just take him down. And lastly, any words for the Spanish crowd one more time?
Chicos, lo estáis haciendo genial. Haced mucho ruido, vamos!
Woo! Well, let's see if Heretics can close it out in front of this electric crowd.
Thank you. Great to hear from Mixwell there.
Always is.
You know, it has been a great first half. I mean, the scoreline, you'd be forgiven to think it was a bit more one-sided, but how explosive was that?
I mean, I'll be honest, one of the most exciting starts we can have to this series as well, with Sunset to follow up. We'll get to that. We'll get to that when we do.
Why have you reminded me?
But this is exactly what you want out of these two teams. See what Sentinels now have to respond in the second half. They may be caught off guard a little bit in the first. You got to imagine Heretics are going to continue to be proactive, dial into this pace once again.
Patient beginning, though, coming out from
Very,
here.
yeah.
Very slow, steady. Shown a little, obviously, off the back of that Dizzy, which is going to be drawing 3 players to be posted towards that C site. Already Minibu may be considering the others, but as it stands, very patient.
Spike this side with Zelsis. 3 players of Sentinels looking to at least show presence towards Rubble, but I mean, the fact that Benji's solo over there, he's not going to be peeking. He's not really going to be looking for any information. Very much looking to absorb any sort of pressure that does come his way, but Minibu has come across to give him some support.
There's the first contact.
That's a ton. That could actually pull the rotation. I think it's about to. Look at Rins and Patitek right now.
Lovely fake play here from Sentinels. Now, Boo's seen enough that he should be calling someone back. There's been no further contact. There's still the utility there.
Sentinels haven't got in, though, and it's 30 seconds.
Is this a pivot? I mean, they're trying to feign a pivot, but still, they're leaving this very late. Now, fortunately for them, they have got sight. You can already see the respect shown from Boo that it's not worth dying on your own to hold this, so he's drifted back towards CT. They're grouping up already. Plant is in, but 5v5 post-plant. Who's got Kit? Who's got Util? Zekken has the boom bot. You got Sassy. But on the other side, a fair bit still to play with Heretics. They've held on to theirs. So maybe Zekken willing to challenge on this, but he's got to be good for it. And oh, he is. He's bloody great for it. Zekken, good for 2. The answer comes in, but Zelt is still standing. Sassy on the back lines, leaving Boo just the only man standing in a 1v3. And yeah, that one's been handled. Sentinels, lovely composure here on the first and the second.
I feel like Heretics are ahead of that, but I think just too many question marks planted by Sentinels. The misdirection with the door as well. You can see the pings coming out even after the plant is confirmed on C. They're so conscious of potentially, I mean, any number of these 3 players that were spotted outside rubble being in position to backstab, but no matter regardless, came down to the gunfights on the way back through, and Sentinels stand strong. Nice. Things within 3 rounds now in the second half.
See if Heretics can get under their skin a little here, though. SEN certainly applied the pressure in the first half doing this sort of stuff, but don't know if Heretics have it the same way. But let's see. John QT very much aware of the possibility, sitting quite deep, just shouldering the angle, while the rest of Sentinels kind of showing a lot of presence, being boisterous around the map. Leaving Benji Fishy very uncomfortable on that C site. Pulling in for Patatek, but again, keep in mind this is classic Ghosts, Sheriffs. This will take a lot. Go right for Heretics. Sentinels should be looking to keep this clean. Coming with a nice bonus, potentially. The 3rd round of the second half. Plant should be there. Don't think any disruption to that will be in place. No. So, lovely work from SEN again. Keeping 5 standing, navigating well to this C site. And getting the plant in place.
Really about what damage Heretics can do on the way back in here. C's going to go through. Boo, I don't think caught up in that, no. Zekken up close to personal again, but he gets flashed.
Still breathing, still standing, and still got 2 Sentinels. Very nice work. No threats really made from that. Zekken went down, but that's not the end of the world. They are happy enough moving forward. He's 1 away from his ult already. This is the perfect start for, again, a fantastic second half here.
Now Heretics can really slam the brakes on, find a response here. 2 freebies from Zekken. That close up with the stinger. No real old progress for Heretics to fall back on. We enter round 3.
Here comes the fun. You got that leftover buy, right? The bonus here for SEN. You got the purchase coming out for Heretics. And SEN again, so mobile, so agile around this map.
Very active, yeah, very active.
Hard to get your players in the right place. Again, Miniboo trailing behind. He's trying to get over towards C potentially. They've been somewhat conditioned to be believing in this C site hit, which, I mean, looks like it's on the cards.
Utility invested here. Fishy going to respect this, backs away wisely, but Patatek might get caught in the corner, and he does. Opener found here by Zekken once again. He's not done just yet. Like he was entertaining the idea of following up on the boombot there. Open plant, Sentinels can fully reset off this now. Tough egg to crack for Heretics on the way back through, once again onto C site.
This C-take has been looking unstoppable, and this would be a bonus conversion. This would be outstanding for Sentinels. Already, though, Ten's going to get a little bit of contact here. Outdone by Miniboo, but Sassy then takes the next layer of pressure as they sweep the site, Miniboo again. But how do they break that deeper post?
So much util.
Absolutely, Mike. It's very difficult to even get on the spike itself. And I think Heretics might know that. John QT, sharp as ever, and Miniboo just puts his life on the line. And this is a dream for Sentinels. Lovely string of rounds now, upgrade to the rifles. It could not have gone better.
I noted it earlier, the Sentinels placing too many question marks across the map here. Heretics almost forced to kind of play retake on all 3 sites unless they can confirm some sort of information. Need somebody to go hunting here for Heretics. Because much of what we saw in the first half, Sentinels have free run of the map right now.
Yes, they do. No solution yet for that C-take or the retake, potentially. Sheriffs aplenty, and a fight to be found. Zekken, again, this guy, his early work has been exceptional. Cracking open sites, being a real nuisance, Boo.
Good for
Bad,
one, yeah.
But you've got a whole lot more to find. And they are still continuing along this A pathing. Rien's, oh, man, this is not a fun spot to be in now. Oh! That's a shot! That is a goddamn shot. Any more of those? Tens, though, creeping closer. Rien's did get another one. This is getting way too close for comfort. This shouldn't have been a 2v2, but Heretics have made it nasty. Tap on the spike, calling back in Benji Fishy. They are facing on this. Great heads-up work from SEN, keeping track of the potential. What can Benji Fishy do? A 1v2. It would be miraculous.
They're pinging out the rifle here, but I think it's been cycled across elsewhere.
He's struggling to find something. Might just have to be that Sheriff until he gets towards sight, maybe backside even. How does he clear tree on this? The turret, but that's not enough. Look at that setup!
Oh.
Still made a go of it. Still a threat. But it's tied up now, 8-8. Sentinels, this second half is looking theirs. Lovely beginning. Yes, ult's starting to hit, but Heretics pumping the brakes.
First timeout called here. Definitely going to want to try and take stock of what's gone wrong in the first few. A banging shot from Riens to open things up.
That was wild.
Patstek, unfortunately, just forced into a corner here on drop. Unable to provide too much assistance. Let's see what the switch up is for Heretics coming out. There's 4 rounds unanswered here by Sentinels, and like I said, they have free run of the map. Same way Heretics did in the first as well. Again, without the benefit of the economy, maybe feeling a little apprehensive to put Miniboo kind of in that danger zone and look to brawl with Sentinels. Dare you say it, a team you really want to be brawling with.
It is so mirrored, it feels like, after watching that first half. Like, cleaner, actually, from Sen more than anything, but still, Heretics without an answer.
I guess a little more, it feels a little more controlled from Sen versus what we saw from Heretics. There was a lot more trading, reliance on the fundamentals for Heretics, and Sentinels definitely looking a little cleaner in that regard, I guess, is the way to look at it.
Oh, very much so. Couple of ults, though, for Heretics to bring into effect in this round. Sen on a million miles away from theirs as well. Keep your eyes towards it. That is very much on the horizon for them, but Heretics could try and take back some control with this. But then now the Sentinels just switch something up, right? Just play a little out of pocket here, just coming out of this timeout. Let's see what they go for. They've been determining pace here in the second.
Cover going out.
Early exchange of util will be towards that B site, but not much intention behind it.
I think Sentinels anticipating a little bit of a switch up here in terms of aggression from Heretics. John QT on a solo mission here to plant the seed, but majority of the stack must be in C site here for Heretics. Very tempered approach. Rian's got to be careful. Don't want to see him get caught off here as the solo anchor towards A.
He's got to be playing this smart.
Again, his ultimate huge in terms of a retake as well.
They're all coming this way.
Yeah, this is looking a little dangerous for Riens.
Excellent read from Sentinels, but yeah, Riens is in a lot of danger. And again, you'd see that Prowler just sent through towards B is keeping both players very present there. Oh man, he's got to have 2 here. Back away with his life if he even wants a chance at this. Now he's got to be worried. He's got to be so worried. He's seen so much. He's actually made it out with his life, which if anything is incredibly impressive, and just has to try and hold towards CT, because Sentinels, you can't stop that roll. There's no way you can hold back these players here. Now has to wait for reinforcement, but this will be a plant for Sen, and once again, a very comfortable post-plant.
Yeah, Zekken and John QT looking to take a ton of space up towards heaven here.
Oh, but diligent work from Heretics. This is nice, but do they get punished? No, they don't. Somehow Zekken's still here. Miniboo's gone ahead of him. This is madness. Zekken finds Riens. Miniboo still be holding this one. Beautiful work from Zekken. How is he getting away with it still? Miniboo just trying to dodge, trying to live, and he just can't. It's all on Boo now, and it is wild, and he's still kicking. 7 HP in a 1v1 out of nowhere. Oh, Sassy! Holds that, but what a ridiculous round.
I mean, how has Zekken survived that long? Again, he gets blinded up. This time, a Vandal in hand. Still finds a kill blind. Just absolutely ridiculous. What a crazy exchange up on heaven here.
Standing.
Absolute heroics from Zekken, and Boo comes back, finds these two. Unfortunately, not to get the drop inside the smoke and clutch things out. You see the heartbreak as well.
So, got to say, Zekken is on an absolute heater as well this game. You looked at his value as well of his opening kills coming into this. It looked fantastic for him. But
I mean, when he's playing like this, literally, Sentinels just resort towards let him off the leash.
Yeah, do it.
Pick a side and put him in there.
He's got his ult. He's got 2 potential victims. Let that man go. Let him fly. And he's away. Does he find anyone this time? It looks like he does. He can't stop winning. Finally put down by Benji Fishy, but he's garnered them access to the site again. Ten's in a little bit of danger here, actually. Yeah, can't make it out. And Sassy, though, again, the backbone here. Safe hands to hold on to some of these key kills, these key rounds. And Boo's only got a Sheriff. All the devotion and desire in the world won't get him this round at this point. It actually looks, yeah, I mean, at this point, gotta say it, Sentinels, what an answer, and Boo is just playing safe. He's doing the tactical timeout without calling it just yet.
He's going to take this time, make the most of it here, try and get the team back in line. I don't even know if we're anticipating a timeout as well on top of this.
I wouldn't be surprised.
To try and maximize, but Sentinels have come back swinging in the second half.
Just be looking to just run this round out. There it is. Had his chat. Now, do we see the timeout to follow? Because they have not found a solution here to Sentinels at all.
No, I'll be honest, they've been battered in the second half. They haven't really had an opportunity to really get anything going. Economy aside and the way that Sentinels are playing, like I said, it feels like a game of control.
Yes.
And the comparison in the second half being, Heretics have been a little apprehensive to dip their toes. Maybe you'd argue losing the first couple and being on the back foot with the economy, but there hasn't been much of a response, and it's looking like the response might be an operator in the hands of Miniboo and slowing things down. I'm not sure if that is the answer that Heretics need.
That's not going to help things, though. A missed shot like that, but now they know it's there, right? They've seen one of the cards that Heretics holds, and now what does this do to Sentinels? You got to see Zelsis really chatting something through.
I mean, you arm somebody like John QT with information like that off the rip in a round. It gives them plenty of options. I mean, look at Sentinels and X right here. They're waiting to see if there's any further aggression. Miniboo's already preemptively rotated away.
Maybe expecting
Boo's going to have it. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Anticipating. We've shown the operator here. They're going to try and hit towards B or C, but...
No one's rotating either, Mike.
Nope.
They think this is a fake.
Yep.
Sentinels,
well,
why would they show you respect?
Exactly, they've had the run of the map. They've been able to plant these question marks time and time again.
This actually might work out. By hook or by crook, this might work out.
A miracle for Heretics. They're trying to dig out the lurk now.
Yeah, that's what their intent would be. Patatek and Benji Fishy looking for John QT, but now there's going to be a bigger surprise. They found Sassy, and Miniboo's in the right place. They've almost stumbled across the solution to what was going on here. Oh, great work from Miniboo. Ten's trying to get ahead of the curve, and that's a spike lost now. Hard work here for Zelsis and John QT to bring this back. Can they evade the eagle eyes of Miniboo?
Got a lockdown to work with as well, so if they can find a kill and feel comfortable enough, they could secure the site for a little longer, but Zelsis goes exploring. Miniboo happy to take that one.
1v4? That's a lot. Find a position to work from. Plan's fine for him here, but there's problems. But he's taking down the first one. Benji Fishy falls. He needs another couple. Paranoia evaded. He's still standing. This is good, but he needs to be able to deal with the diffuser, and he can't quite do it just yet. The spam's not landing, and he knows it. Great damage, but it's not enough there. Heretics just about tipping this one back in their hands, and it felt like Sentinels walked into that rather than evading it.
They didn't save across the operator either. I'm not sure if somebody was scrambling to pick it up at the end there, but yeah, I got to say, it almost feels like the stars aligned for Heretics here to be in a position. Sentinels feel like they've done so much in terms of, I guess, pumping this fake, creating a little bit of pressure. Heretics, I guess, stick to their guns in terms of what they commit to. Over towards A.
But it could still be a flash in the pan, right? That C site take was still not fixed. And Zekken back on this pace. TP this time is committed to. Tens is there. What a horrible predicament for Heretics. You got Zekken in the front, Tens in the back, and there's nowhere to hide. Zekken on the hunt, you can see it, Patatek back to the wall. They're surrounded. They're still trying to fight their way out. Benji Fishy can only stay alive for so long. That was such a well-constructed site take from Sentinels. Again, flexing their capability here. Miniboo has found John QT, so this isn't completely free. It's not completely safe. Ten's the one to be holding them. Deep smoke towards CT to try and secure some of this. Desperate to avoid the stun, but still catches it. Dips away, but this time And the
Spike's
retake.
finally coming
Wait,
down.
I thought he already went
No,
down.
no, I was watching for a second there.
Hell.
Sassy waiting out everything. Riens has actually found 10s.
Oh, that's not good. But Zelsis still breathing. Sassy as well. Sassy has been good in these, but it's Miniboo and Riens. You saw that aim from Riens. You've seen Miniboo's impact, but these two are nasty. Hard to play against. They're both in that corner. How do you clear this? Miniboo dives on in. Oh, it's lovely work again from Sassy. Finding two. The rock of the team here. Getting them up to 11. Sentinels looking large and back in charge here.
And this suffocating execute onto C site, the paranoia and the nightfall covering everything here. But it takes Sentinels, well, it feels like a decade to get the spike down. So paranoid of maybe a pre-take coming back through from the remaining members of Heretics, but able to course correct here. And Sassy to close things out. That's got to feel like a sigh of relief, though, for Sentinels to get that one across the line.
Got close there, didn't it?
Up to 11 now, Heretics.
On the ropes.
Yeah, I think that's why we see the second time and a continuation of boot from that previous round. So only one round, a flash in the pan for Heretics in the second half here to really pin their hopes to. Not going to have the finances here, so looking like they have to almost concede towards map point. Miniboo won off his ultimate. Boo, Patitech and Benji all with theirs. Some options here, but again, the purchase is not going to be pretty. Throw everything but the kitchen sink into this one.
Wow. I'm looking at that purchase and it's still not getting better, is it? Kitchen sink included. There's just not much to write home about.
I think they're actually dialing it back a little bit.
Yeah, I think they might have to suffer through this
I
one.
think that, yeah, they are going to concede here.
They'll make a go of it. Obviously, it's not going to be a freebie, but it's certainly not going to be everything they'd want me to do. Just, okay, that's
how you make your Guardian work.
Yeah, and that's second Gon, who has been so
protagonist,
paramount.
yeah.
He has been paramount to some of the success Sentinels has early in these rounds as well. So it'll be interesting to see now with him taken away so early on, what do they lean back to? Do they continue along this pathing towards B?
It's so late in this half to see Heretics get aggressive like that.
I know. You'd almost wanted them to try it earlier, didn't you? But
I mean, the response is Sentinels have walked in all the way into B, but they found Benji Fishy elsewhere. Sassy will fall. Zelsis quick with the trade, but should get the plant down here. No, still for a little misdirection here, baiting out potentially anybody from Heretics. John QT able to slow this down with a snake bite.
very valuable, that.
Oh! But the smoke drops, Boo finds him.
Boo could not have found that at a better time. That unleashes the rest of his side to come on through. He gets forced out, but still, where's the rest of the three? Where are the others coming in from? Now they come through 10s. Can't hold it, and now it's on Zelsis. 1v2. Oh, Zelsis! That's his round with the Red Bull clutch. Even with the finest of margins, Sen don't let them have a moment of rest.
I mean, it's such a beautiful read as well. The call to just shift walk up behind that first blood. Ballsy, but Benji Fishy, the only one really to throw a spanner in the works.
Yeah.
And that kill was ridiculous. I saw Zelsis got caught by the paranoia. Didn't know if it was slightly off time, but finds that first headshot completely blind.
This is the round the Heretics were waiting on. Very late in the day, plenty of ults to play with, and it looks like Heretics up for the brawl, up for the fight, and second, though, is normally good for this. It's Tens this time going to take the headline. Boo goes down, Sentinels in control here. This is their map choice, and they've just suddenly made it look like it on this second half. Riens, Benji Fishy, and Patitech. I mean, you just had to watch your team get massacred on that little bit of aggression they've been dabbling with, and it's so early in the round.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Sentinel's another situation. Benji Fishy going to be the one to try and stop things once again. He's unchecked with a utility. Could play him in here, but there's a ton of bodies on the other side of this. Unfortunately, somebody's going to turn for that alarm bot as well.
Yeah, almost counterintuitive. Okay, that's helped him out. And the lineup, I thought he could have two. He doesn't in the end. The Patitech gets pushed aside. And once again, Sentinel's just taking the tour of the map. Hitting just about every site they want to. And this has been their stronghold. This C site has been theirs.
This has been the definition of running rings round a team. This second half from Sentinel, so much misdirection. Heretics unable to find a grasp. on the plan in time. Just 36 HP now for Rians.
A tough task here. First map is wrapped. Sentinels back on the international stage, looking exceedingly strong. That second half, Mike, is something to be very impressed by.
I was a little worried in the first.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be honest,
Oh, yeah.
Heretics definitely come out swinging, but what a response in kind from Sentinels. Miniboo and Zekken definitely the headliners here in this map 1.
13-9 is map 1. Who knows where Sunset goes? But do stick around.